Good evening, everyone. The topic for today's discussion is Impact of Farmer Bills 2020. On 20th September 2020, the Parliament passed three farm bills, which created protests all across the country. The bills were introduced by the government, the Rural Development and the Panchayati Raj by Shri Narendra Singh Tomar to replace the ordinance promulgated on 5th June 2020.
Farm Bill 2020 is a combination of three bills. Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Bill, that is promotion and facilitation. Second, Farmers Agreement on Price Assurance, that is empowerment and protection. And Farmer Service Bills and Essential Commodities Bill, and that is amendment bill. It is a big structural challenge attempted by the Modi government.
Sorry. The three bills are Farmer Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Bill 2020, One Nation, One Market. Concept was introduced to allow farmers to sell the produce anywhere in the country.
Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement of Price Assurance and Farm Service Bill 2020. Contract farming empowers farmers to engage with the wholesalers, exporters, etc., so that they will get price assurance before sowing the crop.
And third and last bill is essential commodities. This bill removed pulses, oilseed, onion, and some other products from the essential commodities lists, and thereby restriction on the storage of this item will be removed.
So, talking on the first bill, that is the One Nation, One Market concept, that it can end the monopoly of agricultural produce market communities, which is also known as the APMCs. Now, the APMCs criminalize setting up of other competing markets. Some states have made it mandatory for the farmers to trade with only APMC licensed traders.
With the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Bill, farmers can sell the produce as per their choice. So the problem of middlemen, which is one of the main loopholes of APMCs, will be eliminated.
One nation, one market may not be much useful to small farmers because transporting the produce require more expenditure than selling them at the nearest APMC.
In some states, there is a surplus of some vegetables and fruits, whereas in some other states, there is a less supply and more demand for them. Through One Nation, One Market, corporate companies can bridge the gap, benefiting the consumers.
In Haryana, more than 75% of wheat and paddy grown is brought by the government at MSP rates, whereas this number is higher in Punjab at 85%. The Punjab government charges a 6% mandi tax apart from 2.5% fee for maintaining APMC, giving them an annual revenue of rupees 3,500 crores. These revenues that are earned from farmers are then given back to them as graceful subsidies in the form of electricity, etc. This plays a very important role in the voting dynamics and hence the unrest in these states.
Big companies will have the freedom in stock commodities. It means they will dictate terms to farmers, which may lead to less prices for the cultivators. Recent decision on export ban on onion creates doubt on its implementation.
There is no guarantee that the farmer's income will be increased by these bills. If we take the example of Bihar, when the state abolished APMCs in 2006, farmers got lower prices for their produce than the MSP, that is minimum support price. So agricultural economists are suggesting that it is important to strengthen the APMCs instead of transferring the responsibility to private entities.
What I think contract farming is helpful for farmers because they will get price assurance beforehand. Some companies provide seeds, fertilizers, and other requirements too, which will reduce the burden on input cost of farmers.
But
Yes, you're right. Yes, you. Okay, okay.
due to this bill, state will lose some revenue as they won't be able to collect mandi fees.
Contract farming may turn farmers into slaves. The independence is lost.
The scope of contract farming is huge as MNCs regularly get into contracts with farmers in order to ensure they receive specified types of produce. For example, McDonald's uses only a specified kind of potatoes for their price and gets them grown accordingly. Similarly, other chains too require specified produce and would prefer to be directly in touch with farmers rather than traders to ensure that they are organic and fresh.
There are also a lot of challenges, like there is a mistrust in farmers on the government for passing the bills without debate, and as the restrictions on storing some products are removed, imports of those products may increase. So, protecting domestic farmers from such imports will also be a challenge.
Government passed this bill.
But I think
Yes,
this will create a competitive market environment and cut the wastage of farm produce.
but Pratik, government passed these bills for the benefits of farmers and modernization in agriculture industries. But still, there is a doubt that farmers actually get the benefits from these bills.
Rather than bringing a new concept of one nation, one market, the government should focus on filling the existing loopholes in the system and improve on them.
Exactly, Alok.
Yeah, that is
I
true.
can,
Even
But
in the foreign countries
According to
like the
me, it
USA
is
and UN,
not as much beneficial. Yes, I continue.
yeah, even in the foreign countries, a similar model has been adapted, and they haven't been able to successfully implement those. So, being within a developing country such as India, it would take a lot of time to actually implement this successfully.
but
In
uh, but
consensus,
but this provision will also attract private sector FDI into farm sector, as it will remove fears of private increase of excessive regularity interference in business operation.
According to me, it is not that much beneficial for small farmers. What if the investor is not their produce? Also, during the MPFC, farmers can sell their produce in nearby places, but these bills increase the transport expenditure of a farmers. According to me, strength and the APMC system is the best solution.
I think it create monopoly in this market as big companies like private companies will lead this market.
But it also helps both farmers and consumers by bringing in price stability.
but farmers are not much getting benefits of this.
so as the time is nearing up, I think we could all come to a consensus that the way the bills are passed has created mistrust in farmers on the government, sidelining the positive sides of the bill as the opportunity to modernize the Indian agriculture sector. So it is the responsibility of the government to take the opinions of the farmers and also of the state that before passing such bills, they should look over for the betterment of farmers and they should strengthen them in the government market spaces, APMCs, so that it could eliminate the loopholes in them.
Yes, yes, exactly.